Yo, 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 yo. Hey, good morning, folks. This is A.L. Johnson with Elevated Men. I am here with the man himself, Brother Mike Patton. We just finished a great training session. And so we just wanted to have a conversation with you all real quick because it's Men's Health Month. And so if you didn't know it, June is all about men's health. It's so important, man. Physical fitness, diet, exercise, all of these things play into our mindset, right? One of our taglines with Elevated Men is that a strong body builds a strong mind builds a strong spirit. All of these things work together. And so the brother here, listen, can I give him your resume?
No, man.
Listen,
No, not that.
over 30 plus years in personal training, 3 times, not 1 time, 3 times, 2 times, 2 times, Mr. Missouri. Man, you tell him your resume, man.
No, it's 2 times the first African American to win Miss Missouri, 2 time Miss Missouri, and 7 time regional. And I also won the Heart of Midwest bodybuilding championship, which was a 4-state meeting. So,
I gotta get some more reps.
see,
I gotta get some more reps here. While we talking about it.
see, you found it, right?
I gotta get some more reps. But listen,
You're looking like the two students.
listen. So I've had people ask me a few questions when it comes to training, and there's nobody better to answer it than you. And so, first thing that we want to start with, for somebody who is trying to build muscle while burning fat at the same time, how do they do that? Because it seems counterintuitive, right? So burn fat, you want to do a lot of cardio and all those different things, but at the same time, you can do a lot of cardio and lose muscle. And so how do you keep the muscle while burning the fat?
So what you have to do is you have to have balance. First of all, you have to now recognize where you are, get your body fat change. Okay? So you gotta show the biceps and biceps. And then you have to now have a proper diet. The food intake is so important. Find out where you are so far as your body fat, your BMI is concerned. And also then take into account the fact of how you're structured, how your body is anatomically designed. And so you go to a personal trainer like myself, and you will now find that out, and I will show that to you. Then what we want to do is find out how many calories you're putting in, how many calories you should put in, what is your suggested weight. And so now dealing with body fat, dealing with the points of weight, now we find out where you should be at your age and at your height. So all these dynamics of the fitness evaluation test now must be a part of now what we become. Then what we do with the amount of calories we put in, most people are lagging proteins because they put in a lot of sugars, sucrose coming from plants. And then you have now fruits coming to fructose, which is fructose coming from fruits.
Wait, let me stop. Fruits are good for you. So yeah, can you overdo it with fruit because of sugar, or what does that look like?
Well, if you're diabetic, you have to now watch the insulin and the amount of sugar now that you put in. But in this case, fruits are very good for you because they have a lot of vitamin C. They have a lot of different antioxidants that are in them. But in such case, we also have to modify that. We need a balance. So we need some fruits. We need some carbohydrates, which turn to sugar, which now facilitate in the body in glycogen as glucose. But what we want to do with those is we want to burn those. Now, there's also a fat that turns down the sugar that sticks into those. And what does fat do? It attracts itself around areas where you have the most muscle. So normally around women, it's around the butt, hips, and thighs. With men, it's around their gut fat. And those are things that we don't want. So in order to burn and now convert that fat into usable energy, we need what we call cardio, anaerobic. Anaerobic means with oxygen.
Now, hold on. You said something. You said something. I want to make sure.
No. See, when we look at anaerobic and aerobic, okay? Now, aerobic means with oxygen. Anaerobic means without oxygen. I have to make sure I clarify that. You know, you just doing all these biceps, you knocks you out by the foot and everything. I got my mind on
Oh,
that.
man, listen,
But I'm gonna be all right.
so the fruit thing, I think this is important because a lot of people are trying to tighten up their diet. They want to get their summer body right. So you said that you want to limit your sugar intake. There are a lot of fruits that are high in sugar. What are some low sugar fruits that people can focus on?
Well, there's no such thing as really low sugar fruits. Okay, just the amount of fruits that you eat. Now understand this. When we look at the points of aerobic, okay, aerobic means I'm working in my heart. Four chambers within my heart. Okay. Now within that, I want to have enough energy. Now that's not coming from the muscle other than the heart, but I need the respiratory system. Okay. Now to bring yourself to a point, now my body's recovering, now using my heart. So I want to have some sugars in me. Now I want to have more of the short chain sugars because I want the long chain sugars that's in my body now to burn fat as fast and as applicable as possible. So that means I want to go long term at a slow to moderate pace. I want to have my target heart rate at 75% of what my target heart rate zone should be. So let's say if I really want to get into the fat burning piece, I want to go anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. For the first 10 minutes, you're now utilizing that glucose that's stored in glycogen in your cell. So I want that to be depleted because now what I don't want to do is have a lot of food before I do cardio. Why? Because I only want to sit up and burn up all my glucose, okay, which is the sugar. Now, if I now put myself in that situation, whereas I'm burning up all my glucose, I'm not going to turn it to my stored fat, which is underneath my subcutaneous, my lipids, my adipose, all those things I need to now utilize as energy. I want to burn those things. Now, I also have to now understand the amount of calories that I put in are so very important. Because if I'm putting a whole bunch of bad calories in and doing a lot of cardio, I'm talking loud and staying up, nothing. I'm like going 90, going north, going nowhere. We don't want to do that. So the best thing to do is consult with me, talk with me, rap with me, so we can find out what those things are. As a trained nutritionist, over hundreds and hundreds of people that I've had the opportunity and blessed now to share these things with. Now you will find how important it is. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to run out of energy during the day. You know how sometimes you get really lethargic in your day, now in towards the day, or even the mid afternoon. That's because I'm not putting in enough calories. And I'm trying to do all this workout in the morning, but I'm not replenishing my calories.
That's a good point. So, can a person eat too little?
Yes. Okay, depending upon the level of activity. If I have a job that's sedentary, then I can kind of, moderate my way through the day. But still, the body needs energy. You have organs in your body that needs energy. You have cells that need energy. You have things in your body, your muscles in your body that need energy. And so it's so important that you pay attention to the caloric intake. Now, there are good calories and there are bad calories. Fried, fried foods are bad calories. Foods that have lipids in them, high contents of lipids, triglycerides, things that are now in grease. Those are bad. Foods that have a lot of fat around them, like red meat, certain red meat, like ribs and things like that, that extend that belly fat. Things that you drink that have yeast, okay, like beer, things like that, would extend that stomach, or would extend those thighs, and then you see a lot of the cellulite that's around it, the yucky stuff that doesn't look too good. So you gotta really watch it.
So, one thing that you get on me about, make sure that I do, is water intake. Can you talk about the importance of hydration and what that looks like? Like how much water should we be drinking a day, electrolytes, all of those things.
Now, the electrolytes, sodium, your magnesium, and your potassium. You want to make sure you put those in. Now, the water intake means this. I'm flushing out water that's being stored in my subcutaneous. Subcutaneous means right up under the skin, in which there are 5 layers of skin. So you won't remember all these things, but understand that there is. Now, what we want to do is hydrate the body so now it won't dehydrate. When it dehydrates, different organs begin to break down. What does water bring with it? It brings along with it now oxygen. Anything that's alive has to have oxygen. Any plant that lives has to have water and oxygen. And what does it also have to have? It has to have sunlight. So now, from the sunlight, it now comes from the different foods, how we get out, how we now function and facilitate in an area. Now that gives us an atmosphere that brings along with the sun, that brings along with it the things now that will now enrich now our skin, coming from now the sun and coming from the atmosphere that's around you. And so now you have to get out, you have to move. You can't be now sitting down all day, not doing nothing, expecting something to come out of nothing. You have to now function and become a functional person. And so now this whole point that now the energy that we have and the points that we need now comes from moving. It comes from exercising. It comes from flexing and now stretching and now going through points now in which I will take you through to help you now become a better. Remember, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. You may not do something, know something then, but doggone it, you know something now because I'm teaching it to you. I'm teaching you now what the anatomy does, what the chemistry does, what the nutrition does to the body. And those things can be so helpful to you.
Mhm. Is breakfast important, or when someone's trying to lose weight, do they skip breakfast? Like, what's your take on that?
Okay, let's break down the study of breakfast. What does breakfast mean? That means I'm breaking my fast. It's been at least 8 to 10 hours since I've eaten last. So what do? I put in that food now to give me energy because we got to use the bathroom. When now you urinated, now your body is urinated out now minerals now from your urinary tract. It needs to be replaced. So what does my body need to get that first 2 to 3 hours? It needs energy. It doesn't need coffee. It doesn't need McDonald's. No, it doesn't need fast food. It needs food that you have at home. It needs to have juices. It needs to have berries. It needs to have shakes. It needs to have food coming in now from actual edible fruits, not just in a point where now it's juices, but it needs to be foods that the body can now eat and consume, digest the digestive tract. Okay. And so now the breads and things that we have, the oats, if you're gluten free, depends on what you're gluten tolerant. Now, if you can have the oats, if you can have the pancakes that are gluten free, it's good to have those things because it gives us energy. Now, along with that, now we're going to have a day that hopefully is not sedentary, hopefully a day that's active.
Now, last thing. And I told you this man knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. So if you got any questions, definitely drop them in the comment section. Um, what are some key exercises that everybody should be doing, no matter what? We're not talking about people trying to get in contest shape or anything like that, but for basic overall health and mobility, what are some key exercises that everybody needs to be doing?
First of all, you need to go get a doctor's checkup to make sure that your body is not chemically balanced. Everything's right, your blood pressure, your sugar levels, and things like that are correct. Make sure you get a clean bill of health from him or her. Then at that point, now add into now the things that he may say or she may say that may be applicable to make you now healthier, where you may be at a point where there's a deficit. Then what we do is we get to, it don't have to necessarily be a gym because I do a lot of Zoom training, and I'll show you that on my pad that I have in my office. But in Mike's main event, #1 at gmail.com. And so now in this point, what we want to do is first get up out of the bed and we want to stretch. So what I do is I suggest now we open up our legs shoulder width, okay? And what we do is we stretch. Now we go north to the south or east to the west, okay? And what we do is we do mobility and flexibility training. What we do is I put my hand and my left hand on my left hip and I turn my body, okay? And I'm looking now to the right, twisting my body to the left. And then I go to the same way, I go to here and I turn. Now what this does, this now helps now the flexibility of my hip and my lower rhomboid and my extensor here, which is my waist. Then what I do is I keep myself in that same position. Then I lean over and I try to touch my feet. And I raise up. I do that 10 times. I go down and I touch my feet. Now, if you can get a little bit lower, that's good. Now, a lot of you may not be able to because you may be a little bit tighter on the hamstring, the lower part of the glute, and now the upper part of the glute, okay, is the erector spinae. And so what we do now is take the hand and try our best to go down as many times that we can go down to the floor and touch the floor. Okay. So there's many ways that we can do that too. Now we take our right hand and we want to touch our left foot. We raise up, we go back down, touch our right foot, raise up with our left hand, we touch our left foot with our right hand, we take our left hand and touch our right foot. Now those are just some of the things. Now when you get with me, I'm gonna show you so many things that are gonna be so helpful, so grateful, and your body gonna say, yes, 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 Hercules, Hercules. You should have did this a long time ago. But we know that now your later will be greater. And so it's so much a blessing being able to share this with you. I hope to have the opportunity and the pleasure now to share these great things that will help you along the way. As my brother Al, my workout partner, gives you instructions.
Hey, listen. If you know that you need to get your fitness right, this is the man. This is the man. And so, Mike, can you tell them your information, how they can get in touch with you, where you train, and the whole nine?
Yeah, my company is Mike's Event Personal Training Center. You look me up online. I'm at 816-916-3503. Along with that, I'm at 1100 East Century, okay? And that's south in East Summit. And so you want to come there and you want to just ask for Mike Patton, just give me a call on the phone. I'll set you up for a consultation, which is an FET consultation, a fitness evaluation test. And we go through all the outlines for the body that's concerned, all that's concerned. Then I sit down and find out where you've been, where you are, where we need to go. I'm the director towards the place where you need to go. Okay. So check me best. Do that duty that is best. Leave it to the Lord.
Yeah. And listen, I'm gonna throw this in there. If you mention elevated men when you call, $10 off your first session.
Go
$10 off your first session. And so mention elevated men, Mike Patton, the fit pastor. We out.
Yeah.